In this next square, we're going to draw circles. What we first need to do is we need to find the center of this box. So what we're going to use is some of the tricks that we learned in this square. We're going to draw a diagonal line from this corner to this corner very, very lightly. This is a construction line. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing in this direction. We're going to connect these two corners. And where those two cross, we're going to consider that center. So with a scrap piece of paper, I can create this set of circles. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the scrap piece of paper, and in this corner, this is going to be where I start, or this is the center. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it to my parallel lines here, and I'm going to start here where this is on one of the lines, and I'm going to mark 4 of the lines. Then I'm going to take my scrap piece of paper and I'm going to make a tiny mark at each of the marks I have there. What I am doing is this is a tool that I've created to help me draw 4 concentric circles here. Okay, so I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to make small marks at each. Rotate it again. And what you'll see is you're starting to develop the outline of a circle here. The smaller the distance is between the points, the easier it will be to form your circle. So what I have now is a series of points that make up a circle if I connect them. You can see that some of the points are a little bit, it's easier to see on the center circle, but you can see there's maybe a flat spot there. There's maybe a spot where there's not as many dots here. This dot right here looks a little bit goofy. So you don't want to follow these dots perfectly if they aren't, if they don't follow the path of the circle. And so what I like to do is I like to use a sketching line to connect the dots in a way that is going to create the circle we're looking for. And you want to, I like to turn the paper around as I do this. And what we're looking for is the best circle we can make. So it looks like there's maybe a flat spot up here. So I'm going to erase that and try to improve it. All right, so that looks pretty good. We're going to go ahead and do that technique to all 4 circles. And what we have is 4 concentric circles. Concentric means that they all have the same center point, but they're different sizes. In this next square, what we're going to do is we're going to draw a line that is in the center of it vertically. So I'm going to estimate center on both the top and the bottom. And I'm going to connect those lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a shape on this side. I would like you to draw something similar to that shape. Okay, so I have this object, and what I want to do, you should have something very similar to this. It doesn't have to be identical, but it should have all of the same components. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw horizontal lines across the center line at each major point. And these should be drawn very lightly. Each of these lines should be parallel to each other. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to estimate the distance each point is from the center line. So from here to here, I want to estimate from here to approximately right there. And I'm going to draw that line in. I'm going to do the same thing from here to this point, which is, I'm going to estimate to be approximately right there. Estimate from here to this outside line, maybe right about there. And it goes down to this line. Then I need to approximate, it's on the far side of this, so I'm going to do maybe there, and then it comes in to about the center of this. And I'm going to make a perfect mirror image of whatever you had on yours. Now when I look at this, I see this angle and this angle do not appear to be the same. So I'm going to go in and fix it. Here we have this rounded surface. Something like that. And then it's flat for a while. Alright, so I need to estimate this out to be maybe to there. Let's take a look and see how that looks. Okay, so you should be able to notice that this is fairly symmetrical on both sides of that vertical line.